The scene opens with an introduction to the game Ether World, a game that was released a decade ago. Initially aimed at a female audience, it surprisingly attracted a significant number of male players. This game allowed players to engage with a variety of characters, starting from easy but very efficient ones, to very difficult but inefficient characters. The scene then focuses on one particular character, considered trash due to his high difficulty and poor features. Despite this, a dedicated player, described as a pervert, chose to main this character, Baek Yu-seol, for 10 years. Suddenly, the focus shifts to a mysterious figure, whose face remains obscured, pondering about starting something. The suspense builds as the figure reveals, "It's me," followed by the name Baek Yu-seol, indicating the connection to the previously mentioned character. The scene closes with the player, Baek Yu-seol, sitting in front of a computer, ready to dive into his next challenge. His hands poised over the keyboard, he is prepared to— Alright, buckle up, folks, because we're diving headfirst into a world of magic and mystery. Our story opens with a title that screams Magic School, setting the stage for what promises to be an epic tale. Next, we get a stunning view of the city under a fiery sky, a typical calm before the storm vibe, right? Then we meet our protagonist, a young man with that I need coffee to function look. He's chilling at his desk, sipping coffee and probably contemplating life's mysteries or the latest gaming drama. As he scrolls through the forum, he sees a flood of new posts. Gamers are in uproar. It seems like there's a new boss in town, and it's causing quite the stir. With a quirked brow and a sip of coffee, our guy wonders if there's an update, or maybe the game's gone rogue. People are freaking out about a dark demon dragon that's wrecking their game lives. Talk about a bad day in the virtual world. Our coffee-sipping hero chuckles, a final boss in a dating sim? It's like meeting a dragon in a tea party. He muses how these games usually end with a happily ever after, not a fire-breathing disaster. And then, a wild famous ranker appears. Even they can't beat this boss. Now that's some real tea. Our protagonist ponders the situation, his coffee cup someone is scratching their head over a monster with magic nullifying skills in a magical world. I mean, what kind of creature would play by those rules? Our mysterious character seems pretty intrigued by this anomaly. Is it really a bug, though? Folks are buzzing about their characters vanishing into thin air. Sound like a digital Houdini act, right? Ah, this must be it. Our mystery detective seems to have stumbled upon the answer, or maybe the culprit behind the disappearing act. Enter the Dark Demon Dragon, a fearsome beast that looks ready to stir up some serious trouble. With a name like 13th Moon of the Black Knight, you know it's not here for a casual chat. The Dark Demon Dragon is here, and things are about to get real. The 13th Moon of the Black Knight has made its grand entrance, and it's not here to play nice. So the story is, the suspense builds as our mysterious character clicks away, unraveling the plot like some digital Sherlock Holmes. In Aetherworld, just when you thought you had it all figured out, the tale takes us in. Meet the creepy crew, dark demonic humans. They're a cult-like organization with some seriously sinister vibes, and these hooded folks have a mission, to help an otherworldly realm called Persona Gate take over this world. Yikes! Enter the smiley villain. He's the leader and has got a plan. Persona Gate is the otherworld they want to bring in for a takeover. Things are getting intense as the cult's leader conjures some dark magic. Dark energy swirls ominously as the cult nears their goal of world domination. Boom! The Dark Demon Dragon makes its grand entrance, teeth bared and ready to wreak havoc. Just a splash of dramatic purple to keep you on your toes. A new challenger appears. Our mysterious hero has just realized that 90% of the continent is under Persona Gate's control. Oops. He's been too busy with player versus player battles to notice the storyline crumbling around him. Classic gamer move. Realizing the inevitable showdown, he contemplates whether this battle is really okay. With determination in his eyes, he decides to give it a shot. Game on. Our hero is about to make his move, and something is about to go down. Preparation time. Our hero gears up. All right, folks, imagine being thrown into a choice between facing off against a dark demon dragon or chickening out. Our hero is staring at this exact decision. Will he click yes? With 10 years of skill honing under his belt, our mysterious protagonist is feeling like he can take on anything, even a dragon perhaps? Click-clack goes the keyboard, as our man suits up in the virtual world, ready to show that dragon who's boss. Suddenly, a blinding light fills the screen. Is it divine intervention or just a loading screen? Either way, it's time for action. The dark demon dragon finally makes its grand entrance. With its menacing wings and glowing eyes, it's not here to make friends. Enter the hero, sword in hand, bathed in light. He stands fearlessly before the dragon. His name, Baek Yusol. His mission, to beat the odds. Meet Baek Yusol, up close and personal. Piercing eyes and a determined face, has ready to defy the game's logic. Let's get to know Baek Yusol. In a game where magic is everyone's jam, he's the magic less wonder. Why play him? Because he's got style. In the world of magic users, Baek Yusol is the underdog. Even the pros avoid him. But who needs magic when you've got guts? Basically, our boy Yusol is the character you'd pick when you're feeling extra rebellious. But hey, sometimes the underdog bites back. Despite being worse than an extra, Yusol isn't backing down. He's got that sword ready for some dragon-slaying action. Rumor has it, he might know a trick or two about magic. But for now, it's all about channeling that inner warrior. With a decisive step, Baek Yusol inches closer to his fate. All right, folks, we're diving straight into the action with the mysterious phrase, well, just one. Sounds like someone's making a choice or facing a dilemma. What could that mean? Hang tight, let's find out. As the scene unfolds, we're greeted by a massive dragon-like entity, glowing with fierce purple energy. It's like staring into the maw of chaos itself. Whatever this creature is, it's not here to play tea party. The tension escalates as the creature's form becomes more pronounced, its energy pulsating like a rave party gone wild. Things are heating up, and it's about to get real. The air is thick with anticipation as the energy explodes, sending shockwaves throughout the area. Our mystery character seems unfazed, standing amidst the dazzling display of power. And there he is, emerging from the brilliance, clad in a sleek outfit that screams, "I'm here to kick some serious butt." The energy now seems to wrap around him, almost like a spotlight on a stage. The face is a mystery, hidden behind a veil of energy, but the aura of confidence is unmistakable. Whoever this is, they're not backing down from the cosmic light show. The smirk reveals a hint of swagger, telling us that this character is no stranger to danger. He's got something up his sleeve, and it's not just fashion sense. The dragon creature, now fully visible, roars with intensity, ready to face off against our enigmatic hero. The atmosphere crackles with anticipation. In a flash of brilliance, the character is airborne, dodging and weaving through the creature's attacks like a ninja on caffeine. Has using some kind of spell, a blink spell, to outmaneuver the beast. Swift and precise, he moves with the grace of a dancer, ready to make his mark. The energy around him is palpable, charged with the thrill of combat. With a dramatic flourish, our hero lands, sword drawn and eyes set on his target. It's a showdown. In this electrifying scene, we see our main man, Baek Yusol, looking all intense and ready to throw some serious magic. His sharp gaze is focused, and you just know something epic is about to go down. As he casts his blink spell, the scene shifts, and we get a glimpse of a terrifying creature emerging in a purple haze. The tension is rising, and it looks like Baek Yusol has some serious business to take care of. With a loud roar, the creature makes its presence known, but Baek Yusol isn't flinching. He's ready to tackle whatever this beast is bringing. As the fight heats up, our hero is in full flow, using his blink spell to zip around like he's got something to prove. This spell lets him teleport a short distance, anywhere from 3 to 10 meters, quicker than a hiccup. But there's a catch. This blink spell is a bit of a wild card. Baek Yusol has to be extra careful. If he doesn't control the distance, he could end up in a world of hurt, or worse, crash out for good. Adding to the chaos, the spell comes with a nasty penalty. After using it, Baek Yusol is left hanging, unable to move for a couple of seconds. Plus, the mana drain is no joke. It's the kind of spell that makes most folks think twice. Despite the risks, Baek Yusol is unfazed. His confidence and skill shine through as he decides to use the spell anyway. Not everyone has the guts to pull off such a daring move. Then, with a determined look in his eye, Baek Yusol unleashes his power. His mastery over the blink spell lets him defy the odds, controlling the direction and distance like a boss. And here we have it. The stage is set. All right, folks, we got Baek Yusol in the house, sporting a snazzy coat and a sword that screams, "I mean business." This guy's got a unique skill called Blink and a little something called mana leakage syndrome. But don't worry, he's managed to nullify the penalty like a pro. As we zoom in, we learn that Baekhyusol doesn't have a mana stat. That's right, no mana, no problem. He's like that one friend who shows up to a magic show and says, "Nah, he'll do it my way." And then it hits us. Blink isn't some fancy spell, it's just a movement ability. But hey, Baek is so into this character that everything's riding on his skills. It's like playing the game on hard mode because why not? Over the past decade, Baek's been the only guy in the game dodging magic like Neo dodges bullets, as the OG non-magic user in a world full of wizards. Now we're thrown into a whirlwind of action. Slices of purple lightning and intense slashes fill the scene as Baek battles a shadowy enemy. It's like an epic dance-off, but with swords. Baek's going full throttle, his blade cutting through the air with the determination of someone who's had enough of being the underdog. His focus and skill are on full display. And there he is, Baekhyusol, standing amidst the chaos, a fierce expression on his face, as he shows us why he's the master of. The scene opens with our mysterious hero, bathed in a dramatic purple light, looking all cool and mysterious. His eyes glint with the kind of determination that tells you he's either about to save the world or ask for a manager. Either way, he's got some serious business to handle. As the air crackles with energy, a powerful force seems to be building up. It's like the universe is holding its breath, waiting for something epic to go down. Whatever's happening, it's bound to be as explosive as a microwave left on for too long. The panel's mostly empty, like a page from a very minimalist comic book. But don't be fooled by the blankness. Something intense is brewing behind the scenes. Close-up shot of the hero's face, and man, does he look intense. With his sharp gaze and windswept hair, he's the kind of guy who makes you want to rethink your hair care routine. The resolve in his eyes is so strong, it could probably bench press you. Boom! Confirmation of victory. Our hero has just kicked the final boss, 13th Moon of the Black Knight, to the curb. It's the kind of win that makes you want to high-five everyone in the room, even if the only other person there is your cat. Another empty panel. It's the calm before the storm, or maybe the calm after the storm. Either way, it's a moment to catch your breath. Cut to a mysterious figure, whose face is blurred like it's a sensitive document. Hez in shock, trying to process if he really took down the big bad boss. It's like when you find out you've passed an exam you didn't study for. Still coming to grips with his achievement, he muses over his character's worth. Despite being decked out in gear so ancient and powerful it might have once belonged to a wizard, he's convinced his character's as useless as an inflatable dartboard. Sitting in front of his glowing computer screen, our hero decides it's time to share his epic victory. But even as he plans his community flex, he can't help but downplay his achievement, labeling his character as garbage. Ah, the struggle of the perfectionist. With a keyboard click that echoes like a mini drum roll, he prepares to post about his victory over the Dark Demon Dragon. It's a moment of triumph, even if he's the only one celebrating with his two-desk match. Whoa, talk about a bad ending. The scene hits us with a staggering revelation. 90% of the ether world has been obliterated because someone, somewhere, hit the wrong ending. That's a massive oopsie if I've ever seen one. Our protagonist, with hair as silver as a full moon and eyes wide enough to catch flies, stares in disbelief at the screen. The same ominous message repeats, and his jaw is practically on the floor. The atmosphere is tense, as the same message echoes like a broken record. Our silver-haired friend can only muster a bewildered "what" in response. Blank space fills the scene, perhaps representing the void left behind by the destruction. It's like hitting pause on an epic fail. But hold up. There's a glimmer of hope. Our hero was actually the closest to reaching the true ending. His mind is racing as he tries to process this information, mumbling another confused "what." With a determined look, our protagonist stands amidst the glitchy chaos, as if ready to take on the universe and fix this colossal mistake. A plea emerges from the digital ether, urging him to reach the true ending. The stakes are high, and the message is clear. There's no room for error. A sudden jolt as our hero's hair goes full-on Super Saiyan mode. His expression screams disbelief and shock as he yells out, "What?" The intensity of the moment is captured perfectly on his face. His eyes wide, mouth agape. It's the kind of shock that makes you feel alive. Or in his case, like he's in a really weird dream. Another blank screen, perhaps symbolizing a reset or a moment of contemplation. It's the calm before the storm, folks. Back to reality, or maybe just a really intense gaming session. A sleek gaming setup glows in the dimly lit room, a stark contrast to the chaos unfolding. And fade to black. It's a wrap, or perhaps just a cliffhanger. A mysterious bright light envelops the scene, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty and intrigue. It's like the universe itself just hit the light switch, and something big is about to go down. The silhouette of a figure begins to emerge from the blinding brightness, a hint of something or someone stirring beneath this glow. The scene zooms in on a character's eyes, wide open with shock. Clearly, he's just woken up from what seems like an epic nap and is hit with the realization that things are about to get weird. His expression is almost, "What the heck just happened?" The space around him is empty, save for some looming shadows. It's almost like he's on a stage, waiting for the curtain to rise on whatever adventure awaits. The character is now in full view, lying on the ground with a cloak draped over him. This isn't your ordinary wake-up call. It's more like he's fallen out of a storybook and landed right into the unknown. Slowly, he rises to his feet. His stance is cautious, like someone who's just had the shock of their life. Wisps of mist swirl around, adding to the mysterious vibe. He touches his face, clearly trying to make sense of the situation. His expression is a mix of confusion and anxiety, as if asking, "Did I just sleepwalk into another dimension?" His thoughts are verbalized, questioning the reality of his surroundings. "What's going on?" he wonders aloud, as if expecting the walls to answer. Looking around the room, he notices the broken window, letting in a chilly breeze. He voices the pressing questions, "And where am I?" with a shiver from the cold. Seated on the floor, he wraps his arms around himself, trying to gather his thoughts. The room's emptiness mirrors his mind, struggling to piece together the puzzle. His gaze sharpens, focusing intently. Something has caught his attention, sparking a new sense of awareness. His expression shifts from confusion to curiosity, as if he's just remembered something important or noticed a clue in his surroundings. Turning his head, he catches sight of the broken window again, the light streaming through. It's a mix of hope and foreboding, like the universe just opened a door. A thought bubble appears with the words, "A mirror." It's a moment of realization and reflection, hinting that this discovery could be the key to unraveling the mystery. The scene unfolds with our character kneeling on the ground, seemingly in a moment of reflection or perhaps disorientation. The atmosphere feels tense, as if something significant is about to happen. A close-up of his eye reveals surprise, a classic hum moment that suggests he's stumbled upon something unexpected. Suddenly, the broken shards of a nearby mirror reveal a shocking truth. The reflection staring back at him is not his own, but that of another person, Baek Yuseol. The name rings out as if it holds the key to this mystery. The air is thick with suspense as a sudden sound breaks the silence. It's as if the world around him is reacting to this revelation, adding to the urgency of the moment. He kneels, still processing the bewildering truth. The realization of his new identity, or the situation he's been thrust into, is overwhelming. The title card flashes Episode 1, Escape the Chase, setting the stage for an intense journey ahead. Our protagonist, now identified as Baek Yuseol, looks tense and determined. Sweat trickles down his face, signaling the urgency of his predicament. His Baek Yuseol's adventure kicks off with a prologue quest. The room is dimly lit, and the atmosphere is heavy with mystery. Our guy, Baek Yuseol, stands in a dimly lit room, looking all sharp and ready for action. There's a glowing blue rectangle in front of him, but what's up with that? Suddenly, a bright white screen, and Baek Yuseol is like, "No way, what's going on in his head?" A close-up of Baek Yuseol's intense gaze, his golden eyes widened in shock, has definitely not expecting whatever he's seeing. He spins around at the slightest noise, his trench coat swaying dramatically. Something's got him spooked. Baek Yuseol stands there, still processing. The suspense is real, folks. His eyes widen even more as he seems to come to a realization. What could it be? Baek Yuseol is holding what looks like an important document. And boom, it's the entrance certificate to Stella Academy. He takes a closer look at the certificate, eyes scanning the details. This has gotta be a game changer. A single bead of sweat trickles down his face. The tension is real as he whispers to himself. His voice trembles slightly. It's hard to believe, but... And then the big reveal. This is definitely Etherworld. Becusol facepalms, realizing the weight of the situation. And I had to be Becusol, he thinks, his voice laced with irony. Becusol stands there, hand covering his face, contemplating his new reality. What a plot twist. Meet our deep-thinking protagonist. He's got this intense stare with those sharp yellow eyes, contemplating some serious game logic. There's a voice in his head telling him to find the true ending, but he's like, wait a minute, there ain't no true ending, just a buffet of possibilities. His expression is all about that logical struggle, trying to wrap his head around the mystery of the game. He's determined to figure it out, but something doesn't add up. The dude is standing there, half in shadow, half in light, like he's caught in some dramatic anime moment. Clearly, he's got some serious business to handle. A sudden, hey, snaps him out of his deep thoughts. It's like someone just interrupted his philosophical pondering session. His eyes widen, and he's like, hold up, wait a minute, could it be that? Clearly, he's onto something big, or at least he thinks he is. Now, we're in the pitch-black void of his thoughts. He's contemplating something deep, but what is it? Only time will tell. The realization hits him like a ton of bricks. Nobody's cracked this mystery in 10 years. Mind blown. It's like he's stumbled upon the holy grail of game endings. Our protagonist is now holding a mysterious letter, looking all intense and ready to solve this decade-old mystery. You know, just a typical day in the life of a manhwa hero. Now we've got a shadowy figure, hair obscuring their face, adding to the mystery. Who are they, and what do they want? He clenches his jaw, realizing this isn't the time for daydreaming. There's work to be done, and he knows it. With a determined expression, he recalls something important. If his memory serves him right, he's onto something huge. Maybe this letter holds the key? He's clutching that letter like it's the most important thing. Right after Becusol wakes up, he finds himself in a dimly lit hut, looking out the window with a mix of concern and urgency. Becusol, with determined eyes, peeks through the door, noticing figures in the distance approaching the hut. The scene shifts to a group of cloaked figures bursting into the hut, demanding to know where Becusol has run off to. The cloaked figures stand outside in the snowy weather, their faces hidden, but their intent clear. Becusol appears anxious, his expression tense as he considers the situation from inside the hut. Becusol, still inside, is frustrated as he realizes the cloaked figures have arrived. The snowy landscape is shown, emphasizing the isolation of the hut. The cloaked group notices the hut, one exclaiming its presence. A command is given to search the hut, the urgency in their voice unmistakable. The cloaked figures respond promptly, preparing to investigate the hut. Becusol is shown again, his expression one of concern and determination, pondering his next move. Standing by a window, our protagonist muses on the inevitable confrontation with his pursuers. He knows there's only so much time he can buy before facing them. His hands tense, showing the internal struggle. He knows fighting them isn't an option, leaving him stumped and questioning his next move. Just when he's at a loss, a sudden notification pops up. It's a game changer. He can use the skill Blink. Shocked by this revelation, his face conveys disbelief, mixed with a glimmer of hope. Could this be the solution to his woes? With newfound determination, he acknowledges the skill Blink. It's time to strategize and imagine a world filled with endless magic, where the word Blink isn't just a word, but a magical skill card that can make you dash forward like lightning. It's almost like a magical credit card, but instead of buying stuff, you're buying time. Introducing Becusol, the unlucky chap suffering from magic leakage syndrome. Yeah, sounds like a magical plumbing issue, but for him, it's life. Without the ability to store mana, he's got one hope left. That hope lies in the spell he's been practicing his whole life. It's not just any spell, it's the one spell that might help him survive. The scene shifts to the snowy present, where Becusol stands facing the reality of his situation. His attire is simple but gives off a mysterious vibe. He's got that determined look, like he's about to take on the world, one blink at a time. A skill notification pops up, revealing he can use Blink. It's like having a superpower menu right in front of you. Details about Blink emerge. It's Class 0, max distance of 9 meters, 1 charge, and a 3-second cooldown. Basically, it's like a short teleportation trick. Baekuso ponders over the instruction to use Blink right now. It's like someone telling you to do a backflip in real life after you've only done it in a video game. He reflects on the scene opens with a suspenseful chase. The swift movement of feet against the cold ground creates an intense atmosphere, like something big is about to go down. Amidst the blizzard, a squad of cloaked figures emerges, charging forward with purpose. Leading them is a fierce-looking warrior, his eyes sharp and focused. As the snow whirls around them, the determined group presses on, their mission clear in their minds. Cut to a pair of intense golden eyes, peering out with a mix of concern and determination. The sweat on his brow says it all. Something's about to go down. Our mysterious protagonist, with an expression of resolve, seems to be processing the gravity of the situation. An older figure with a blurred face stands by, perhaps a mentor or ally, adding a sense of urgency to the moment. A realization strikes. Damn, they're already here? The exclamation underscores the tension in the air. With a quiet resolve, the thought echoes, there's no time left. It's now or never as the clock ticks mercilessly. Our young hero, deep in thought, prepares himself mentally for the challenges ahead. Determined, he thinks to himself, the only thing I can do is try. It's a moment of self-encouragement before the storm. The title card appears, setting the stage for the next chapter of this gripping tale. The chapter's conclusion leaves us on the edge, ready for the next thrilling installment. A hooded warrior, fierce and ready, lets out a battle cry, signaling the start of an impending clash. Another member of the group turns, perhaps sensing the eyes of the enemy, as the snow continues to fall around them. In the middle of a blizzard, someone is on the run, and it's clear they're not getting away easily. "I found that bastard," echoes through the storm as the chase intensifies. With urgency in the air, "Chase him," is the command, and the pursued figure is seen making a dramatic leap in an attempt to get away. Even the weather can't drown out the determined cries of Pord. "Don't let him escape, and stop right there," as the pursuit continues. Amongst the chaos, we learn this is just the beginning, the first part of some tutorial. The focus shifts to our unknown runner, sprinting with urgency, the snow blurring his figure. He's got a plan: avoid the chasers by using Blink. Suddenly, a realization hits hard. The pursuers are not just average folks, they're rocking magic boots, making them super fast. Our runner figures out that the only way to give these guys the slip is to use Blink, that trusty technique. Despite the pressure, our man tells himself to calm down. It's not his first rodeo. The protagonist's eyes pierce through the frame, intense and unwavering. He's not here to play games, folks. The timing is burned into his muscle memory, like the perfect TikTok dance you can't forget. He's got it down, and he's ready to go. Then comes the insult. This son of a, well, you know the rest. It's clear he's not here to make friends. Whoever he's facing isn't going to stop, not even for a quick snack break. Action shot. Our hero is sprinting like he's late for the last train home, and a shadowy figure in pursuit is making sure he doesn't get away easy. It's the chase of the century, and they're not slowing down. The shadowy figure is barely visible, but you can feel the tension. It's like a horror movie where you can hear the footsteps but can't see the monster. The stakes are high. Our protagonist's face shows determination and realization. They've caught up already. Time is of the essence, and he's got to act fast to stay ahead. The dramatic pause with a backdrop of darkness sets the mood. Blink's main disadvantage is about to be revealed, and it's not pretty. Control is everything. If the user fails to control the distance, they could collide with an object and die in an instant. It's a dangerous game, and the stakes are life and death. A hand appears, reaching out amidst the chaos. It's like a scene from an epic battle, and every move counts. Amidst the tension, a glimmer of hope or doubt. However, there's always a twist to the tale. The protagonist declares with fierce determination, "I'll send you to hell." No backing down now. It's all or nothing. The pursuer swings a sword with deadly intent. Die! It's the climax, and our hero is in the thick of it. A close call. The protagonist dodges the attack, showing agility, and lines of energy cascade down the page, creating an electrifying vibe. The stage is set for something big, and you can almost feel the air crackling with anticipation. A close-up shot reveals a character's mesmerizing golden eyes. His gaze is intense, and you can tell he's about to do something epic. The character's shirt is partially visible, and we see the words, "If I use it, it's different." Clearly, he's got some kind of unique ability up his sleeve. A blinding flash of energy bursts forth with the word blink, highlighting the action. Something extraordinary is happening, and it's going to change everything. The character is caught in a dynamic action pose, his body propelled forward with a surge of energy. He's making a bold move, and the stakes are high. Another character appears, cloaked in shadow, launching an attack with fierce determination. It's a showdown, and the intensity is off the charts. The first character is seen dodging and maneuvering with agility. His movements swift and calculated, has definitely got some serious skills. A clearer view of the first character's face reveals determination as he continues to evade and strategize, showcasing his prowess. As the action continues, we see the first character's feet touching down, grounding himself amidst the chaos. His eyes widen with surprise as he lands, realizing the gravity of what he's just accomplished. Triumph fills the air as the character exclaims, "I did it!" His expression is a mix of relief and exhilaration. The character's face is now brimming with confidence, a smile spreading across his features. Victory is sweet, and he's savoring the moment. An open space leads to anticipation for what's next, leaving us curious about the aftermath of the epic confrontation. Other characters react to the first character's display of power, clearly shocked and amazed. "What? Is that Blink? He's a mage?" Their disbelief is evident as the first character's abilities have caught them off guard. The scene fades into a snowy backdrop, leaving us intrigued by the unfolding events and the mysteries yet to be revealed. A lone figure wrapped in a cloak amidst the frosty landscape yells, "Don't falter," with fierce determination, probably trying to hype up his squad for some epic showdown. His face is set with resolve, like he's ready to take on whatever's lurking in the snow. The scene shifts to someone talking about the blink ability, which apparently leaves the user paralyzed for 2 seconds after use. Surprisingly, that's considered good news. Guess it's like a risky move with a sweet payoff. Our cloaked hero is back with a serious expression, possibly catching on to the implications of the blink strategy. He seems puzzled, pondering if this setback is really advantageous for them. With a moment of realization, he questions, "For us?" as if he's piecing together a plan that could turn the tables in their favor. But there's no time to dwell. The snowy action demands immediate decisions. Suddenly, the scene gets intense. Someone's darting through the snow, defying expectations. How is that bastard moving? Is the obvious question as this mysterious runner defies the paralyzing odds. While the cloaked man is left in confusion, the enigmatic figure sprints away, unaffected by the paralysis. It's like watching a snowy ninja defy the laws of physics. As the blizzard blazes on, the fleet-footed figure continues their escape, vanishing into the snowy distance, with each step echoing like whispers in the wind. Amidst the swirling snow, a voice urges carefully, hinting at a calculated plan unfolding. It seems like someone's about to pull off a slick maneuver. Zooming in on the determined runner, they whisper more carefully, as they refine their strategy, ready to outsmart anyone chasing them in this chilly chaos. Nature sets the stage with towering snow-draped trees, standing like silent guardians. The quiet beauty of the scene contrasts with the underlying tension. Strategic musings flow through the runner's mind. They realize the uneven terrain could be their secret weapon, allowing them to outmaneuver any foes who can't handle the icy path. They ponder the reality that not everyone can master the flash technique. Our scene opens in a snowy landscape, where a mysterious voice declares the stakes. Won't be able to make it to the next episode. The air is tense with anticipation. Our protagonist, who we can only partially see, is sprinting through the snow, gasping for air. His determination is palpable, even if his face is blurred. A shocking statistic pops up, telling us that 99% of players who played as Baekhyun couldn't pass this tutorial. Our hero is part of an elite few. The text continues, revealing that even those who clear the tutorial hit a wall with advanced techniques like blink distance control and continuous blinking. A countdown begins, with a golden hue swirling in the background. It's the calm before the storm. The countdown reaches its climax, emphasizing the tension in the air with a countdown from 3 to 1. With a burst of light, the word blink pierces through the snowy landscape, signifying a sudden teleportation. Our hero blazes through the forest, creating a trail of snow in his wake. He's moving at a speed that's hard to believe. The camera captures him from below as he lands, his coat fluttering dramatically like a superhero. With a powerful leap, he continues his escape, leaving us in awe of his agility. A distant observer is bewildered, questioning our hero's sanity. 3 mysterious figures, draped in cloaks, stand amidst swirling snow and magic-infused air. Their faces are mostly obscured, and the scene hints at an impending magical occurrence. The focus shifts to the attire of these figures, emphasizing the mystical and foreboding atmosphere. Their cloaks billow, and a purple rune glows nearby, suggesting magical preparation. The snowy landscape stretches out, untouched and serene, but under the surface, it hints at the calm before a storm. A new character enters the scene, pondering the actions of the cloaked figures. With a look of determination, he questions, "Are they trying to use magic?" The character seems to be on the move, perhaps reacting to the magical activity. His posture suggests readiness, maybe for a confrontation or escape. The narrative shifts to a tutorial-like setting, introducing the second part of an instructional sequence. Instructions reveal themselves in the magical environment. Use blink to dodge the magic arrows flying at you. The scene is charged with urgency. The character is seen sprinting through the snow, dodging the magical arrows. His agility is put to the test as he maneuvers through the attack. Reflecting on the advantages of his situation, the character acknowledges the game-like environment. In the game, you can see everything behind you since it's on a monitor. With a determined expression, the character resolves, "So I could dodge it then," showcasing his readiness to adapt and overcome. A wave of blue energy pulses through the scene, indicating the activation of a new power or skill. The blue aura intensifies, suggesting an evolving magical environment or skill set. The scene announces the activation of a skill called magic leakage syndrome, setting the stage for further magical developments. Additional skills are revealed. Magic leakage syndrome's derivatives, these mysterious streaks of energy, seem to dance in a rhythm, creating an intense atmosphere with vibrant colors. It's like the world's most dangerous light show is happening right above the character's head. The streaks continue to pierce the darkened sky, filled with an ominous glow. It's clear that these beams are not just for show, but harbor a deadly purpose. Now, we get a close-up of our protagonist's face. His eyes are sharp, filled with determination. He's not just running aimlessly. There's a spark in his eye suggesting he has a plan. As the scene widens, we see the protagonist in full sprint, dodging the incoming energy beams with agility that would put a ninja to shame. The landscape is bathed in green and blue hues, giving a surreal vibe to the chase. He leaps into the air, leaving behind a trail of vibrant energy. The ground beneath cracks, unable to contain the immense power being unleashed. Suddenly, the scene intensifies with waves of pink energy. Our protagonist is caught in a dance with the beams, skillfully maneuvering through the chaos. The pink energy continues to surge, surrounding him. The tension in the air is palpable as he prepares to make his next move. With a determined expression, he grits his teeth, ready to execute whatever plan he's been concocting. His eyes reflect a fierce resolve. A moment of suspense is captured as the word "now" echoes through the scene, signaling a critical point in the protagonist's strategy. With a swift motion, his foot hits the ground, unleashing a burst of energy that seems to propel him forward with incredible speed. A golden aura starts to form, like a magical circle appearing out of thin air, hinting at some kind of transformation or teleportation. The golden aura expands, enveloping the entire scene with its radiant light. It's almost as if the protagonist is about to perform a grand escape. The intensity reaches its peak as the purple energy bursts forth, accompanied by dramatic sound effects suggesting a powerful release of energy. The energy continues to explode, almost blinding with its vibrant colors and intensity. The protagonist is engulfed in this storm of power. Finally, we see him soaring through the air, leaving behind trails of pink and purple energy. His silhouette is outlined against the radiant background, embodying the essence of a daring escape. The scene opens with a powerful gust of wind and swirling snow. The atmosphere is intense, suggesting something big is about to happen. Our mysterious hero, dressed in a stylish coat, is seen kneeling in the snow, bracing himself against the fierce winds. His expression is one of focus and determination. More snow and wind envelop the scene, heightening the tension and suspense. The snowstorm intensifies, swirling around our hero, making it tough to see. It's like Mother Nature is playing hardball. Amidst the chaos, he manages to steady himself, looking around as if he's assessing the situation. The determination in his eyes is palpable. Zoom in on our hero's face, showing his intense gaze and a hint of sweat. He's clearly feeling the pressure, but isn't backing down. Our hero lets out a sigh of relief, thinking, "Whew, that was close." He's got some serious chill, both literally and figuratively. With renewed resolve, he charges forward, ready to tackle whatever comes next. He's not one to be knocked down easily. He thinks to himself, then the last part, indicating that he's gearing up for a big finish. The snowy landscape spreads out before him as he runs with purpose. It's clear he's on a mission and won't stop until it's complete. The ground is a blur as he speeds forward, determined to complete his task. A close-up of his face reveals a confident smile and sparkling eyes. He's in his element, ready to take on the world. His attire shows signs of wear, but he's still standing strong, ready for the next phase of his adventure. Welcome to Tutorial Part 3. Our hero is faced with a chilling challenge in a snowy mountainous landscape. The task? Cross a canyon while using the blink ability. The canyon is filled with floating boulders, like stepping stones in midair. Our hero must make it across by controlling the blink perfectly. Looking out over the abyss, the hero knows that only by mastering the distance of the blink can they meet up with passing mages and escape this frosty tutorial. It's all about timing. The blink spell needs to be cancelled at the perfect moment, within a split second. If our hero fails, it's game over. As the wind howls through the canyon, the hero notes that there are about 20 floating boulders to navigate. This is going to be one bumpy ride. Standing alone in a snowy wilderness, our lone wolf hero braces himself against the biting cold. He's got that intense look like he's about to drop the next big mixtape. But nah, he's just deep in thought, pondering the ridiculous challenge that lies ahead. 0.1 seconds. Really, that's the time he has to pull off some crazy maneuver. He mutters to himself how it's easier said than done. It's like trying to finish your homework in one commercial break. Our guy is clearly frustrated, wondering which freaking bastard designed this absurd tutorial. It's like he's stuck in the world's worst video game tutorial, and there's no skip button. His fist clenches in frustration. You can almost hear the dramatic anime music playing as he gathers his resolve. However, to be honest, he's starting to think this might actually be possible. Just maybe, he's got this in the bag. From the edge of a cliff, he peers down, lost in thought. Clearly, he's got some serious decision-making to do. The problem is, it's right in front of him. He's got that oh snap moment as he realizes the real issue isn't just the clock ticking. His face is clear now, determined eyes set on the challenge ahead. There's a fire in those eyes that says, "Bring it on." And there they are, a group of mysterious cloaked figures standing ominously. It's like they're the final boss gang, ready to make his life difficult. My pursuers are closer than I expected. Uh-oh, looks like he's got company, and not the friendly kind. Facing the snowy landscape, our hero stands tall, ready for action. The stakes are high and has got no time to waste. The distance between him and them is about 100 meters. It's like running a track race, but with life or death stakes. Since my blink has a 3-second cooldown, that's not enough time to make it across. Time's ticking and he's got to think fast, or it's game. Snowflakes drift down from the sky, swirling in the wind, setting a cold and mystical atmosphere. The landscape reveals floating rocks in the distance, a scene straight out of a fantasy land. As the view shifts, the floating stones become more pronounced, a testament to the magical nature of this world. The snow continues to fall, creating a serene yet eerie silence. Zooming in closer, the focus moves to a cliff, its surface blanketed by snow. The rugged terrain hints at the harsh environment our characters must navigate. Amidst the snow-laden trees, the scene remains peaceful but foreboding, as if something significant is about to happen. Suddenly, we spot our main guy, kneeling in the snow. He looks like he's had better days, but there's a determination in his eyes. The guy's thinking, Even I think this is crazy. Yeah, dude, you're not alone there. His eyes are sharp, and he's clearly miffed, questioning his own capabilities. He's never been in a proper fight before, and yet here he is, in the thick of it. Hez reflecting on how, if this were a game, the system would have his back, making it impossible to attack those chasing him. But oh no, this is real life, baby, and reality's got no cheat codes. He's realizing he's got to play by different rules. Hez fired up, realizing there's no rule book he has to follow. The game system doesn't bind him here, and he's ready to take charge. With newfound determination, our hero gears up as if to face a horde of enemies, the snowstorm swirling dramatically around him. The scene zooms out, leaving us on the edge, anticipating the thought of taking someone down doesn't ruffle our protagonists' feathers. They're gripping a knife, contemplating their next move. But don't get it twisted. It's not some family vendetta driving them. Nah, it's something else entirely. Suddenly, the protagonist's eyes widen, glinting with a mix of determination and unease as they sense impending danger. The stakes just got higher. With a fierce expression, they declare, "They're here!" The snowy backdrop only amplifies the tension. Kneeling with purpose, the protagonist clutches their knife, ready for whatever comes next. It's not about revenge, it's about the belief they can come out on top. The protagonist is gearing up for a showdown, driven by the sheer confidence that they just might be able to win this. A dramatic shift, adorned with golden letters, marks a new chapter in this gripping tale. As Chapter 3 kicks off, our protagonist stands in the snow, facing the inevitable. A group of cloaked figures emerges, their presence ominous, as the protagonist steels themselves for confrontation. The protagonist's resolve is visible in the firm grip on their knife, ready to face the lurking danger. Suddenly, a voice cuts through the tension. That's him. They've been identified by one of the cloaked figures. The suspense is palpable as the catch that rascal right now. That's the order echoing through the snowy landscape. Our mysterious figure, cloaked and on the run, is the one they're after. With a swift and synchronized move, the pursuers respond, "Yes, sir!" as they dash through the snow, their cloaks billowing like capes in a superhero flick. The chase intensifies, the snow blurs in the background as the tension in the air thickens. Who is this rascal? And why is everyone so keen on catching them? In the blink of an eye, one of the pursuers leaps forward, spear in hand, ready to strike. The rascal, however, stands his ground, a lone figure against the odds. With a quick shift, the scene captures the sheer speed and determination of the chase. The ground seems to ripple under the weight of their pursuit. A sinister grin spreads across the face of one of the pursuers as he sneers, "You dare fight us all alone?" clearly underestimating their target. Idiot. The word hangs in the air, as if the pursuer is both mocking and warning the lone figure of the impending doom. "You're done for," declares the pursuer confidently, as if the outcome is already written in stone. But the rascal's calm demeanor suggests otherwise. As the camera zooms in, the rascal's face remains shrouded in mystery, a calm before the storm. What secret weapon does he have up his sleeve? The scene plunges into darkness, leaving us on the edge of our seats. The tension is palpable, as if the universe itself is holding its breath. In the heat of the moment, the target distance is a precise 8.7 meters. Our main guy, with his intense gaze and hair as wild as his spirit, is all set for action. Without warning, there's a glow, a surge of energy right from his chest. It's like he's got a secret weapon hidden under that shirt. The scene shifts with a mysterious symbol, like a giant exclamation mark saying, "Something big's about to go down." Then we spot a shadowy figure, eyes wide in disbelief, probably thinking, "Did I just see what I think I saw?" Elsewhere, a voice breaks the tension with a simple, "Huh." Clearly, not everyone was ready for this showdown. With the dust settling, our guy's stance is strong, his eyes sharp, ready to take on whatever's thrown his way. The scene opens with a somber reflection, the clear feeling of blood running down the protagonist's fingertips. It's quite the horror movie vibe, but this dude is cooler than a cucumber, no guilt whatsoever. We see a hand gripping a sharp blade, ready to party in the most dangerous way possible. The protagonist continues his thought, confirming that guilt is not on the menu today. In a flash of energy, he faces off against a hooded figure. It's a showdown, folks, and it looks like our guy is no stranger to these dramatic face-offs. The protagonist confesses a harsh reality. He only killed to survive. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? The intense look on our main guy's face says it all. With his wild hair and determined eyes, he's ready to bolt. The snowy landscape is vast and menacing, as if the mountains themselves are watching this chase unfold. The protagonist and the hooded figure engage in a high-speed tussle, snow flying everywhere. It's like a winter wonderland with extra punches. A grunt of pain escapes from the hooded figure as the protagonist's attack lands squarely. More figures in cloaks are revealed, possibly witnessing the chaos or preparing to join the fray. Two of the cloaked figures react with surprise, their faces showing a mix of shock and determination as they realize something's up. A group of hooded figures stand amidst the icy landscape, appearing both menacing and baffled as the protagonist makes his getaway. Our hero is sprinting away with all the energy of someone who just realized they left the oven on. He's getting away, folks. The scene closes with a focus on his determined legs, each stride taking him further from danger. Don't let him escape at any cost. The forest echoes with urgency as our protagonist, huffing in the cold air, races ahead like a man on a mission. The pursuit is relentless, and he's the star of this intense chase. Huffing and puffing, he dashes through the snow, leaving a flurry of white in his wake. The stakes are high, and there's no room for slipping up. Having dealt with one of them, our runner reflects on the challenge ahead. He knows the next attack won't be a walk in the park. His determined gaze cuts through the frosty air, contemplating his next move. With his mind racing, he wonders, how do I go about this? The snow's silence is deafening, and his options are running thin. Questioning the quiet around him, he thinks, why is it so quiet, though? Did they give up on chasing me? But the calm feels more like the eye of a storm. Hair flapping against the wind, he senses something's amiss. The eerie stillness is unsettling, and his instincts scream at him to stay alert. Suddenly, he lands with a powerful thud, snow exploding beneath his feet. This ain't just a winter wonderland stroll. It's a battlefield. No, they didn't. He realizes with a jolt the chase is still on. The snow may have masked the danger, but it was always lurking. Are they using magic again? The air crackles with energy as he braces for the next onslaught. The snowstorm isn't the only thing brewing. If I just dodge it, he calculates, ready to employ every trick up his sleeve to outmaneuver the unseen threat. Shit! A moment of panic as he feels the ground slip away, the stakes rising with each step he takes. Now, a voice cuts through the chaos, full of raw power and urgency, as magic flares to life in a brilliant display. Magic erupts, bathing the scene in a fiery glow. Our protagonist, the scene unfolds with a mysterious hooded figure screaming in fury, channeling energy into a massive magical attack. This ain't your average hooded person, folks. We're talking major mystical vibes here. As the spell is cast, a bright circle of runes appears, glowing with an intense light. It's like a magical disco ball, but way more dangerous. The energy from the spell erupts into a dark, ominous explosion. It's like a fireworks show gone horribly wrong. The hooded figure dramatically descends, riding the waves of fiery magic, looking like a wizard straight out of a fantasy novel. Flames burst forth, turning the battlefield into an inferno. It's getting hot in here, literally. The blaze intensifies, engulfing everything in its path with an almost blinding light. Amidst the chaos, a blurred figure lets out an agonizing scream. Somebody's not having a good day. The fiery chaos continues to cascade, like a waterfall of molten lava. The flames rage on, consuming the scene in a relentless torrent. A new character is revealed, dodging fiery projectiles with agility. With a determined look, they seem to be searching for a way out of this fiery mess. Frustration mounts as the character wonders why the spell is so overpowering. Seriously, this spell is on steroids. With determination in their eyes, they notice something crucial. A potential escape or counterattack strategy, perhaps? With renewed focus, they shout, "There!" spotting a cliff in the distance. Time to make a move. All right, folks, brace yourself, because this guy's coming in hot. Our hero, with his fiery eyes, is making a dramatic entrance like he just saw the last cookie in the jar. The energy around him screams intensity, and he's not here to play patty cake. Clearly, someone's about to get served a serious lesson. With a fierce determination, he lunges forward, and you can almost hear the epic soundtrack kicking in. His clothes ripple with energy, and the whole scene says, "Hold my drink, I'm about to show you how it's done." Whatever's happening, it's going to be loud. Boom. And just like that, the world erupts into chaos. It's like fireworks on steroids, and the sound effect blunk is just the beginning of this explosive show. If this was a cooking show, we'd be looking at a dish with extra spice and smoke. The fiery explosion takes center stage, painting the sky orange and red. This isn't just any old kaboom. This is the kind of action that makes you want to duck and cover. The power unleashed is enough to make Mother Nature herself look up and say, "Whoa, that's a lot of heat." The aftermath of the explosion is a sight to behold. We're talking major league fireworks with all the bells and whistles. The air crackles and everything goes white hot as the shockwave spreads. It's like a scene from a blockbuster movie where you just know things are about to get real. Now, after all that fiery drama, we have a moment of calm. The scene cools down, leaving a blank canvas of white. It's the kind of quiet that follows a major party, where you can almost hear the collective whesh. Whoa, what just happened? It's like the calm after the storm. The dust settles, revealing a shattered landscape. The ground looks like it just got the worst makeover ever, with cracks and debris scattered everywhere. This is the kind of mess that makes you wonder if insurance covers epic battles. As the dust clears, it's cloak and dagger time. Two mysterious figures stand amidst the destruction, looking like they just walked out of a noir film. They're speaking in cryptic tones, probably discussing the latest gossip on who caused this kerfuffle. Cloaked and ready for action, these shadowy folks are clearly up to something. A boot steps firmly onto the ground, adding a final touch to the scene. It's the kind of entrance that says, "I'm here, and I'm taking charge." The boot's owner seems unfazed by the chaos, almost as if they thrive in the aftermath of explosions. A voice rings out with a smug tone stating, "Serves him right for being so cocky and acting up." It's the kind of comment that you'd expect from someone who's been watching the whole thing unfold from a safe distance. Clearly, there's no sympathy for the one who got caught in the blast. Two cloaked figures stand in the snowy aftermath, their faces obscured but their presence undeniable. They're deep in conversation, likely plotting their next move or discussing the latest fashion trends in cloaks. Whatever they're up to, it's shrouded in mystery. The scene shifts to a snowy landscape, with a figure partially visible in the corner. It's a moment of suspense, where you can almost hear the dramatic music building up. Whatever happens next, it's bound to be intriguing. The final scene shows the aftermath of the explosion, with the ground cracked and the air still heavy with the remnants of the battle. It's a moment that the hooded man, with a face etched in suspicion, mutters a puzzled HM as he surveys the scene. He's got the classic, "I've lost my keys" look, but something far more important seems to be missing. Suddenly, it hits him like a ton of bricks. "He's not here," he exclaims, as the air around him crackles with a mysterious energy. Clearly, someone's playing hide and seek, and it's not going well for our cloaked friend. Enter the white-haired figure, diving with purpose and intensity. It's like a superhero landing, but with a dash of mystery and a sprinkle of urgency. This isn't a normal day at the office. The hooded man, now visibly sweating, realizes the stakes have just been raised. His eyes widen, and he's either seen a ghost or something way scarier. Either way, things just got real. A flash of light, an unknown force, and a sound that seems to spell out something intense. Whatever's happening, it's happening fast and loud. Close up on the hooded man's eyes. The shock, the awe, the "for I didn't sign up for this" expression is all there. He's caught in a whirlwind of events. Now, a close-up on the white-haired mystery person's eye, glimmering with resolve. There's a story there, and it's about to unfold. Hold on to your hats. The text ominously hints at one of the peculiarities of Blink. Sounds like a move straight out of a video game, but in this world, it's all too real. The scene is bathed in light, the tension is palpable. It's the calm before the storm, or maybe the eye of it. Either way, brace yourselves. A determined jawline, a fierce expression. The white-haired figure isn't messing around. They're ready to take on whatever comes next. And finally, the text reveals that Blink maintains momentum before and after use. It's a game changer, and it's about to turn this confrontation on its head. The scene bursts open with a dramatic blink, heralding the entrance of a mysterious figure, a silhouette slicing through the air with a flash of vibrant colors. It's like watching a neon ninja doing parkour in a laser light show. A clash of titans ensues as a purple-hued figure charges forward, meeting an equally enigmatic opponent cloaked in icy blue. The air crackles with energy as their powers collide, and you can almost hear the soundtrack of epicness playing in the background. Things get up close and personal as the purple warrior grits his teeth, locked in a fierce struggle with the cloaked adversary. The intensity in his eyes screams, "I am serious business," and boy does he mean it. The scene zooms in, capturing the swift movements and flurry of action from the dynamic duo. The background blurs as if the world itself can't keep up with their speed. Suddenly, the silence is shattered by a cacophony of sound effects. Ah! Fills the air like the maniacal laughter of 1,000 villains. What kind of party did we crash into? The sound continues, a symphony of chaos reverberating through the atmosphere, leaving us on the edge of our seats. Whatever's happening, it's bringing the drama with a capital D. In the midst of a snowy landscape, a masked figure stands ominously, cloaked in mystery and, well, an actual cloak. His presence adds an air of suspense to the already electrifying scene. Another cloaked figure appears, shrouded in the swirling snow. Their identities remain hidden, but something tells us they're not just out for a casual winter stroll. As the intensity heightens, a dialogue bubble interrupts the silence with a bewildered "what the," as if someone just walked into the wrong episode of their own show. Another voice echoes the confusion. "What happened?" As the vibrant clash continues, it's like the characters themselves are struggling to keep up with the plot twists. The purple fighter is seen in midair, locked in combat with the blue-cloaked figure, a splash of neon colors marking their path. It's a dance of danger, a ballet of battle. The action blurs once more, leaving us breathless and wondering who will come out on top in this high-stakes showdown. A new face enters the scene, his expression a mix of shock and realization. Whatever he's witnessing, it's enough to make him drop his jaw faster than a free-falling elevator. The camera zooms out, leaving us with the cloaked figure and a lingering sense of mystery. Who are these figures, and what secrets do they hold? In the icy winds, our hero stands firm, his tattered coat flapping as he catches his breath. His eyes are sharp, locked onto the shadowy figures before him. The snow swirls around them, setting the stage for a showdown. With a determined huff, he notes that there are only 2 left. It's a game of numbers, and he's doing the math. It's like a quiz with deadly stakes. From afar, the enemy figures loom ominously, like ominous statues in the snow. Their cloaks billow as they prepare for the inevitable clash. A swift movement slices through the air, a signal that the confrontation is about to reach its boiling point. It's about to go down. Our hero contemplates his next move, realizing he must act quickly before reinforcements arrive. Time is ticking, and he's got to wrap this up like a burrito. With a swift motion, a knife appears in his hand. It's his trusty sidekick in this frosty duel, ready to assist in the final act. The enemy, observing from a distance, can't help but comment on our protagonist's unexpected speed. For a mage, this guy's got some serious reflexes. The cloaked figures exchange glances, clearly perplexed by this mysterious adversary. Questions linger in the air, just like the snowflakes. The scene shifts to a more intimate frame. Our hero stands with a look of resolve. The question hangs in the air. Who on earth is this guy? Amidst the serene snow-covered landscape, our protagonist stands with a knife in hand, his gaze unyielding. The calm before my reaction speed is indeed faster than most professional gamers. But that's only when we're talking about games. I can't just keep dodging their attacks forever, especially at such a close range. I'll end this as quickly as possible. I've already figured out your fighting style. All this guy uses is blink and that dagger. As long as I protect my face and neck, that dagger won't. The snowy battlefield crackles with tension as 2 warriors stand ready to clash. The air is thick with anticipation as one of them, cloaked in mystery, brandishes his sword with a confident smirk. "Come on, bring it on," echoes through the mountains as the challenge is laid down, the battle ready to erupt at any moment. The other warrior, eyes filled with determination, responds with a powerful roar, unleashing a formidable ice wave from his sword, his face contorted with effort. Magic and might collide with a vibrant ice wave as the air turns frigid, But the opponent is ready for this frosty challenge. In a flash of light and determination, the opponent executes a blink, gracefully evading the icy storm with an agile twist. The battle rages on, a dazzling display of swordplay and elemental might. Our ice-wielding warrior is relentless, his attacks a flurry of cold fury. With shards of ice scattering, the ferocity of the ice wave intensifies, but a twist in the plot is on the horizon. Amidst the chaos, a confident declaration rings out, "All right, I've got you," but the tides of battle have a mind of their own. The ice mage's sinister grin widens as he anticipates his opponent's downfall, eager to see the pain etched on his rival's face. A sudden, menacing growl interrupts the duel, causing a flicker of doubt to cross the ice warrior's face. Surprise and confusion ripple through the battlefield as an unexpected turn of events unfolds, leaving our ice warrior in shock. The scene kicks off with an intense view of a mysterious figure with purple hair, gazing into the distance. His back turned, he looks like he's about to unleash some serious drama. Suddenly, the angle shifts, showing a cloak billowing, signaling that this dude means business. We're talking serious action vibes here. Boom! The purple-haired warrior stands illuminated, looking like he's about to drop the hottest mixtape of the year, sword glowing and all. More intense energy surrounds the scene, almost like the air is crackling with anticipation. This fight is about to go down. Meanwhile, our purple-haired warrior's face twists into a frustrated expression as he exclaims, "Damn it!" Clearly not everything is going as planned. Throwing shade like it's a competition, he recalls. Earlier, you kept running away like a rat who's never fought before, and now, enter the youthful challenger, looking both roughed up and determined. With a nonchalant, yeah, he acknowledges his past cowardice. Zooming in on his fierce gaze, the young warrior gives a nod to his growth. "Thanks for helping me get better at it." The older warrior's eyes widen with disbelief and a hint of rage, clearly not expecting this level of sass. Cracking a toothy grin, he snarls, "You little brat, just because we went easy on you. The tension is rising, folks." With a dramatic flair, he declares, "I'll kill you this time. Yep, it's getting real up in here." The two warriors face off, the snowy battlefield setting the stage for an epic showdown. It's like the ultimate boss battle. The suspense is palpable. With nothing amidst the chaos, a lone warrior with striking silver hair is on the move, their cloak billowing behind them. They're not here to play, they're here to win. With blades in hand, our mysterious hero surges forward, each step leaving a trail of energy behind. This ain't your average morning jog. The air crackles with intensity as they grip their spear with precision. You know things are about to get real when the spear comes into play. Their eyes, full of resolve, are locked on the target. The blue energy surrounding them signals that something big is about to go down. A burst of blue light explodes from their attack, lighting up the battlefield. This warrior knows how to make an entrance, that's for sure. Blue energy swirls, hinting at the power and skill behind each move. Our hero is clearly a force to be reckoned with. The blurred face of the opponent looms, but the focus remains on the determined warrior, poised for a showdown of epic proportions. Thoughts race through their mind, analyzing the risk of a head-on strategy. Every move counts in this high-stakes battle. Questioning the enemy's tactics, they wonder if they're being drawn into a trap. Their mind is as sharp as their blade. With fierce determination, they declare their resolve, refusing to let their opponent have the upper hand. This warrior doesn't back down. A clash of weapons reverberates as they engage in combat, each strike echoing their unwavering spirit. As the fight continues, energy surges around them, creating a visual spectacle of power and skill. A fierce expression of focus and intensity takes center stage as they push forward, intent on victory. A plan forms in their mind: attack while the enemy is beside them. It's time to turn the tables and claim the win. All right, folks, we find ourselves in a wintry battlefield where the snow is falling as fast as the tension is rising. Our mystery warrior, whose face we only catch in profile, has a sword poised for action. Clearly, it's not just the weather that's icy here. As the snowy wind howls, we see a blur of action, a flurry of movement. It's like the world itself is holding its breath. In a sudden twist, we catch the wide-eyed expression of a character, clearly not expecting whatever's happening. His eyes scream, "Wait, what just went down?" Then we get a close-up of our guy, and he's all, like Did someone just throw a snowball, or was that a sword? Our hero, or maybe anti-hero, is now in full-on shock mode as he realizes the seriousness of the situation. Sweat and snow mix as he grits his teeth. Things just got real. A brief moment of disbelief hits as he mutters, "No way." This is the face of a man who's just realized he's possibly underestimated his opponent. The snowy landscape stretches out before us, with the intensity of the scene still lingering in the air. And there we have it, the clash of the titans. One fighter has made a daring move, charging in with sword in hand. It's a moment frozen in time, literally. The inner monologue kicks in. Was he planning on attacking me at the front from the beginning? The thought hangs in the chilly air. A pause in the action, the screen fades to white, leaving us hanging in suspense. Episode 1 wraps up with a note that says, "Escape your pursuers is over." But is it really over? Nah, the chase is just getting started.